Liverpool are back! Yes, guys, we are back. And it's not just I'm that back. Liverpool Football Club are back with a massive 1-0 win over Manchester City today, guys. Huge win. This is the instant match reaction, guys. Hopefully the boys will be along soon as well to have their say in the game. But my God, what a game. The best game of football so far this season, without a shadow of doubt. The best match. That is the best match. I know it was only a 1-0 game. Even if that game ended 0-0, that was still the best 90 minutes of football I have seen in the Premier League this season. Man, that was intense. It's still the best game in Europe. I don't care what anyone says. Liverpool might not be the Liverpool they were a couple of years ago, but my God, Liverpool-Manchester City is still the best and most entertaining game in Europe right now. Fuck El Clasico and their boring cack. This is the best game in football right now, guys, by a million miles. Excellent game of football. What a game. Highs, lows, it had drama, it had storytelling. This game had everything. What a match. And Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool Football Club, where have you been? Where have you been all season? This is Liverpool. This is the Liverpool I'm used to watching. This is the Jurgen Klopp Liverpool I'm used to watching. Where have you been all season? Cav, where the fuck they been all season? Tell the people.
First of all, can you hear me? Because
yeah.
The game finished and I just ran upstairs and I'm not sure if I've plugged in or what.
So many people off my glasses as well.
Oh man. Oh, such a good feeling. Feel alive again. Do you know what I mean? The emotion's back, the energy's back. You know, we've got our team back. Oh.
Do you know the other thing that's back? Our boy Pac-Man's back.
Let's go.
Big up Pac-Man. I saw him earlier as well. Big up Pac-Man. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Obviously, I know why you've not been around. I won't say, but big up, my friend. Thank you very much. I love Pac-Man. We love Pac-Man over here. Oh man. Yeah, what a game. What a game of football. I predicted the lineup on Grizzly Show. 4-4-2. Elliott on the right, Jota on the left. Mo Salah. Cav, talk to me about Mo Salah.
The king is back. The king is back. Long live the king. This guy. Honestly, this guy. But to a man, everyone was brilliant.
Everyone was phenomenal today.
Yeah.
And you have to be. Let's be fair. This is an elite team, Man City. You have to play like this to beat them.
Yeah, definitely. Every single man. They turned up today with heart, you know, with a point to prove, with desire to win the game. You've seen it in all of their play, you know, and Salah just epitomized it, you know, even getting into a scrap. When do we see Salah scrapping people? It don't happen.
That ending was mad, man. Anthony Taylor, that will come on to the ref, because I don't think the referee decision was actually that bad today, but Anthony Taylor letting, I know he's trying to let the game flow, and as a neutral, you're probably loving it, but, you know, that thing at the end shouldn't have happened.
Salah wore Bernardo Silva like a handbag. What the hell was he even doing? Honestly, the strength of this man, just
Salah can play as a number 9. I've been saying it. I don't know how long I've been saying it. Play Mo number 9. He has the ability. Just play him number 9. Man. Get this guy in front of goal. I mean, he should have had 2. They had the same, but we'll break it all down. But look, when the team sheet came out, I think on the predictions last night, I did say Gomez, Rome. You can see James Milner playing right back. When it came out, obviously Twitter melted. Social media melted. Liverpool fans melted. I went on with Rods and John while they were doing the team talk bit. And yeah, I can understand everyone's frustration, but my God, did he put in a shift today?
Honestly, he has shut up so many people because all of the criticism for him is so unwarranted. Like, it's not his fault that he's getting put in this side. And every time he comes in, he always wears his heart on his sleeve and he tries his absolute best. The difference today was his best was enough. He was fantastic today. Honestly, I know that Sky gave it to the man of the match to Joe Gomez, but it was very close between him and Milner, to be fair, for me.
Get man of the match.
Gomez got it.
Oh my word! Okay. Yeah, Milner was Milner. Except the man's 57 years old, and he's playing right back like it. Man, I think Foden and that might have thought easy game playing up again. I've done him so many times, but he was so aggressive today. Was Milner? That's what I liked about his game. He was aggressive. He knew what he had to do. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. And his timing of his challenges were just all on point. Like everyone was saying before the game, like if Milner plays, guaranteed yellow card. The guy walked away. Like, I would love to know what his tackle completion was, because it felt like he was winning absolutely everything he was going in for. Like, and Foden just didn't get a sniff out of him. I'm
surprised. Like Pat-Man says it there. Like they didn't Foden really didn't go 1-on-1 with Milner today, which shocked me a little bit. I think Pep was fuming at that as well.
Mm.
You can see Pep was fuming at Foden not doing his run. Here we go. Look, I'm going to give him his due. I'm going to give this man his due. I'm about to bring on here. Yeah, he is the Spanish sensation from Birmingham, who said, "Fuck everyone. Millie's a don." It's savage.
Talk to me about James Milner, bro. What you doing there? Bro, I told you, bro. Fuck him, bro. The shit. Let's go.
Oh, man.
Let's go. Come on, man. Come on, man. Belief, bro. Belief is everything, man. The scrap the fuck. Let's go, boys.
I just noticed I got exactly the same glasses as Savage.
Hey, come on, man. Listen, I influence the world, like that, bro. Influence.
I just went listen. I didn't even know these are the ones.
Good times, man.
Milner,
good times, bro.
Milner, we were just saying it there, Savage. Milner was absolutely flawless today, wasn't he?
Absolutely
flawless.
Mate. I swear, you could have gave the man of the match to about 5 players and stuff like that. That back line was on smoke, and that Gomez was sensational today.
Savage, our friend Pac.
Come on, Pac, man. Come on, brother. Hope you're well, man. Like that. Shout out to you, man. But yeah, man, like you just can't believe that everything we said in the preview yesterday, when I was talking about them being scumbags and having some fight, and I said I'm fed up of seeing Klopp just looking clueless on the side. Nah, bro.
We can become.
I needed it. And I'm telling you, bro. People like Robbo to set the pace for that kind of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I loved it, man. There's one point I was looking and I seen Foden run at Milner. Milner clattered him, and he didn't want to go near him again, so he stepped off. I love it, bro. I love it. Listen, Man City is a great team in that, bro. And they're the best team in the league. But today is our day, innit? And I'm not having it no other way, bro. You know what I mean? You can go on and do what you want from here, bro. But we were sensational today. And let's be honest, man, we could have scored even more goals, to be honest, bro.
I said at the beginning of this video, I think before you two boys came on, I said for me, this is the game of the season so far. Even if this game ended 0-0, even if this game ended 0-0 today, it had drama, it had great football, it had stories all over the pitch. This was just pure entertainment for 90 minutes, wasn't it, guys? And I said it. Look, I'm going to keep saying it. For me, this is the best game in football in Europe at the moment. Is Liverpool versus Man City. Forget El Clasico and its bore fest. This is literally the best game in European football right now. And if you're a neutral, you're tuning into this game around the world, aren't you? It's just got everything. Gomez at centre back. I didn't know Gomez still had that in him at centre back after the injuries, after the setbacks he's had. I like aggressive Gomez.
I'll be back. I'm just listening to Salah and Virgil. I'll be back.
Go for it. And then you can tell us what they're saying. Cav, this is what I'm saying. Aggressive Gomez. This is what I want him as a centre back. Aggressiveness, not waiting on it. tremendous, wasn't he, today? Absolutely.
Yeah. He was fantastic. Like he was stepping in, you know, and going with Haaland and getting a tackle in, or at least pushing him onto the midfielders to pick up. He was dropping off when he needed to. He was winning all his headers. He was leaning into Haaland, especially at the end when Haaland looked like he had a bit of a free header. He sort of leaned into him to put him off. He was covering the times, and the few times actually that they managed to get behind Milner. His pace. Like for a guy that's had so many like big injuries, he just hasn't lost that yard of pace. And he was, even when that ball is played through to Foden and he's charging over there, it looks like it's not reachable, but then he just manages to get the tackle in and put it out for a throw or whatever. And you just think, Jesus, this kid, you know, he's on it. But the thing with Gomez is it's all about momentum for him. Like when he's feeling good and he's confident in himself, that's exactly what he can do. The trouble is, like in this game, if Haaland had rocked him a little bit, he can kind of like doubt himself and like implode. But it never happened, and he just built on the performance as the game went on, and he was brilliant. But then, to be fair, the man alongside him was back to being his best as well. So.
You're bang on, Kevin. Virgil, man, that was Virgil back at being Virgil today.
Mm-hmm.
We said it. Haaland won't score against Liverpool. No, he won't score against Liverpool today.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
Sorry,
he's a scary. He's a scary motherfucker though on the pitch, trainer. You don't want him running at you. But my God, Van Dijk, Gomez, that was Van Dijk couple of seasons ago. I will say, I thought Van Dijk was fantastic today. His positioning, his pace, he's got his pass. His passing was back today. Them long diagonals, crisp, and Gomez alongside him. Yeah, a lot of people always say that Gomez complements Van Dijk the best out of all our centre back partners. I can understand why they say that because Gomez's grand speed. Gomez's grand speed is I mean, Haaland not having many touches was down to Gomez as well today because of his pace.
Yeah.
Getting into the areas to stop before Haaland got into them areas. I mean, that was down to that. And Van Dijk's positioning. Yeah, them two are tremendous. Robbo, some of his passing, crossing was a bit, yeah. But his defending today was top drawer as well. Great.
You remember that shot that he had? And I was like, do you know what? I had zero hope he was going to hit the target, but I was this is going to be the time. This is going to be it. And then he just rifled it above the freaking bar. That's like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot it's Robertson, ain't it? The guy can't shoot.
I really should have backed my team more, man, done the watch long. I really should have. I should have backed. I should have done it, man. I should have backed these boys. I can't believe I doubted them. We got to stop doubting this team. But we'll get onto it later about Liverpool and going through the rest of the season. But everything, that back four, tremendous. I just want to say something about Alisson in a second. And I've been saying this, you guys will know this. I've been saying this for quite a while now. And people are going to start having to take notice. Alisson has the best distribution in the Premier League. I keep saying this time and time again. His distribution to goals, you know, I think he's got 5 now. It's just, I mean, people want 5 assists. That's not, he's a goalkeeper. I mean, it's just his distribution. Yes, it's not as pretty as Ederson's, I will admit, but I think it's more effective.
It's got better over time as well because, like, you know, remember when he first came and he was like frigging flicking it over people's heads and stuff, and he's like, he was always taking chances, wasn't he? And the amount he'd have a game. I think it was when we played Man City. Actually, he sort of like caved in, didn't he? And he kept giving the ball away, and he was terrible. But like, he's just really smart and like assured in his passing now. Like, if he can play it simple, he will. But if he needs to kick it long, he will. And that's what he was good at today. But I mean, the assist. I mean, I think it was the same for the United one. He sort of slips as he hits it. Obviously, when you're watching on telly, you sort of see him. He throws it up out of his hand and he chops across it. But when he slips, you think, oh, he's probably just he's smashed this one out for a throw in. But then obviously it pans to Salah and it's almost an inch perfect pass, and you're like, Jesus, you know, I mean, what a pass.
I mean, the goal we conceded, that was a foul. I mean, I don't know how that didn't get blown straight away. It was ridiculous.
That was
It
terrible.
was a foul. There was no like. I don't even think City fans. It was a foul. I mean, he's pulling his shirt back. I know everyone's saying Alisson might have had a bit weak wrists there, but that's a 6'5" Norwegian and it was about 16 stone hitting you. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised the ball came out of his hands a little bit, to be fair. But
I think that's a bit harsh if that's what people are saying.
Harsh. And the pass from De Bruyne was pretty perfect.
Yeah. I think Alisson actually did quite well, to be fair. And then obviously he saved a shot from Haaland as well.
What did that just had Virgil and Salah in interview?
Yeah, go on. What are they saying?
Like,
just listening.
Not too much, man. To be honest, they're cold, bro. They're speaking about it. They're speaking about the game as if it means nothing. Like, yeah, it's 3 points. You need to move on because we need to do better and stuff. And then Jeffrey talking about
what you want to hear, ain't it?
Salah was like, I think they said to him that obviously Klopp said last week you're out of the title race, and they both just looked and was like, yeah, like we don't need to be thinking about the title now, but it's like personally, we're always going to want to fight for a title. Just like what it's just, which is true because what else have you got to fight for otherwise? And yeah, it was kind of cold with it, man. I liked it, man, but I don't understand why Gomez wasn't there if he got man of the match. Like, why wasn't he in the interview?
Yeah,
maybe treatment.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they do. They come out for the press.
Yeah.
A little bit later as well.
Wait to hear from Jurgen, man, because that's who you want to hear from, really.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to Jurgen in a bit. I love my manager. I hate him at times. He winds me up because I just feel I know. The thing that winds me up about Jurgen, I know Jurgen can do better. This is the thing that winds me up. You know when you get a bit upset with your kids because you know your kid can do better and it winds you up. You know what I mean? That's like I just know my son can do better than what he's doing. I know he can do this. He's just been a lazy fucker, right? And that winds me up. And I know Klopp, I think, this season, I think he's just been a bit, I don't know what it is, but today was Jurgen Klopp. This was a Jurgen Klopp Liverpool today that I've been watching for 7 years. Mm-hmm. Everything about it, passion, desire, aggressiveness, pressing, counter-attack, being aggressive in the midfield. This is the first time this season I think we was aggressive in the midfield, wasn't it? I mean, Thiago weren't Thiago that we know today. We weren't the sexy Thiago gets the ball on the floor, sprays it everywhere. But my fucking God, that man, he defends. Mm-hmm. And he's great at it. Fabinho, guys. Kev, this is the Fabinho we know and love. The Fabinho that is, I said this the other day, hide his weaknesses, show his strengths. Klopp's listening to me, I'm glad. But he's obviously tuning in. But this Fabinho, Kev, this performance from him today, this is the Fabinho we love, ain't it?
Yeah, definitely. But like, the thing is, the whole team defended well today. So, everybody to a man was tracking back and was on their toes and snapping into challenges, trying to win second balls. You had Virgil coming into midfield if there was a ball up in the air, bypassing people just to win a header. Everybody was putting their bit in. And when everyone does that, then you've just got the sprinkling on top, which is Fabinho, that will just mop up everything else. They call him the lighthouse, don't they? He just covers everything in front of everybody, and around everybody. But the trouble is, what we've been doing all this season is people have been relaxing on their defensive duties and we've been leaving it all down to him. So then he's too exposed. So today was just in a defensive sense, a perfect example as for us moving forward as a team as to what we need to do. And then that allows everybody to shine, and it allows someone like Fabinho especially to shine. I don't think he was exceptional, but he did exactly what he needed to do. Mm-hmm. To be honest, he was always on the right side of the ball. He got into the challenges when he needed to. He covered his fullback when he needed to and doubled up. He was never too far away from their midfielders when they were receiving the ball. So he played a very professional game. That's exactly what we needed from him.
Yeah, it was great today. Him and Thiago in that middle. Right, I'm going to signal this kid out, yeah? He's got his status. He's not got haters, he's just got doubters. Harvey Elliott again today. Playing that right-hand side of a 4-4-2 Savage. And the best thing I can say about Harvey Elliott, it's Liverpool versus Man City, and he does not look out of place.
Yeah, I'm proud of the kid, man. I'm quite disappointed in the fan base, to be honest, the way people have spoke of Harvey, because it was almost like I can't remember what game it was, but after that game, it was like no one was interested in him anymore. Like, he shouldn't play, he shouldn't start any games. I'm like, hold on a minute, this is not what everyone was saying at the beginning of the season. And considering we're like 9 games in now, how far are we talking back? Because at the beginning of the season, it's pretty good when everyone else was playing rubbish. And I love it, man. And he didn't neglect his defensive duties today. I picked up on a few things with him. I think going forward is great. Probably needs to be more decisive, but obviously that comes with age and experience. That's fine. It doesn't bother me, because a lot of the times it's just the wrong pass instead of like messing up or anything like that. He's a bit attentive when it comes to if there's a 50-50 challenge. I noticed that he's worried about it. He doesn't go in for it, and I think it's because of his injury.
I can understand.
Because I noticed that towards the end of the game, I can't remember who somebody had a shot. He didn't really do anything, but it's because he didn't go in at the end.
Yeah.
But on the ball, he was great. Helping out Gomez, he was dope, man. And then linking up with Salah on the side, I think he's so good, and I want him to build his confidence even more, because I know the kid can shoot as well. He's a shooter of the ball, man, and he doesn't do it enough. It's almost like he's in that stage, like it feels like these young players are on probation sometimes, where it's like, I want to play how I want to play, but I don't want to get it wrong and not play again. He needs to trust the fact that Klopp loves this kid. He always plays him. So just trust in yourself, play your game, and you'll do well. I thought he fit into that midfield perfect today. You could argue was the best one out of all of the midfielders. I thought Thiago and Fab were good in different ways to what they normally are. Quite thinking when I think about Thiago, because obviously he's not. I don't mean disrespect, because Thiago's world class to me, but he's not used to playing against teams as good as Man City all the time.
No,
so he has less time on the ball in it, and I think that's where he went today. He'd linger on the ball a little bit too long, whereas normally we're playing against low blocks, so there's no one behind him to try and tackle him from there. But that's fine. He done great with defensive, and in the first half with Fab, I remember me and my son was a little bit frustrated, not in terms of him doing something wrong as such, but there was a few times where when Man City were attacking, he felt like he wasn't doing anything. Like when the ball was in the air, it felt like he wasn't attacking it, and when it dropped, it was like he's not really doing anything. He's jogging around next to people. And then he made a few good passes, and then the second half, I thought it was great. Proud of them, man. I don't know, man. I think everyone set pace in this game today. There was no weak links, and that's how you have to work when you're a top team. And I think the wing, Milner and Robbo today were immense, bro. And Robbo's, you can tell he's had a rest, to be honest. You can really see that he's not been playing. He done his trademark shot, what he never scores, so that's fine. It's usual Robbo. It's always the same shot as well, the exact same shot. And I thought Milner was great. And I put a tweet out when the team lineup come out about Milner in it. And
I seen it. Great
you
call.
See my DMs, you see my DMs and that, but man weren't happy about that. I said, listen, first of all, don't DM me, put it in the comments, you bitches. And second of all, I trust him in it. This is what it is. I don't care, bro. This is one of them ones, man. I'm proud of all of them. There's nothing else to say about it. I thought it was dope, man. Every man to a man, you know what I mean? People had their mistakes. I thought we could have been better attacking in terms of the actual shots. Not in terms of the play. I thought the play was great. But I saw a few things different to how everyone else saw it. Even the pundits, when Salah had that shot what Edison saved, I don't think the save was that good. I honestly don't. If you watch it back, it's quite close to him. He doesn't stretch his arm out to tip it around the post or anything like that. And I think he could have lifted it over his arm a little bit. But I understand they were chasing him down like a pack of wolves, the Man City defenders. You know what I mean? Obviously, I find it funny now, but Nunez lost his damn mind. Said he came on. I've never seen somebody play so good and bad at the same time, bro.
That's Nunez, though, isn't it?
Right. He's done everything right, and then it's like he thought, well, so it's nearly at the end of the game, and we're winning 1-0, and I need a goal, bro. So I ain't passing it. I ain't passing it to you, bro. But I don't. You know about the chip in it.
What happened there? Because I'm not sure.
Chipped it over Alisson. It looked like.
I'm not sure. Quite sure I've registered what's happened. It almost looked like he glitched to me.
Bro, I promise you.
Where was he?
It looked like to me that Edison came out, and I don't think he tried to chip it into the goal. I think he tried to chip it over Edison and carry on running, and then he just glitched. Yeah, but the worst thing about that is, after that, the pundits never mentioned it. They just
I know.
Just carried on doing the game like nothing happened. Because I thought, when you're offside and you just carry on messing around. It looked like he was offside. Like if he scored, I reckon VAR would have took it off. But I was like, bro, this guy's battery just run out of his pad at the last minute, bro. And then obviously the other one, when you watch it zoomed in, he's not looking up at all. Like he's. I'm screaming at my screen like, "Yo, Salah's there, bro. Just pass it." He does everything right. Runs from the halfway line, doesn't pass it. And then the other one where Salah came on his left foot and he went past the post. When you watch the replay, Jota's standing right there, like, "Yo, Salah, I'm here for a tap-in, bro."
Yeah,
I'll take it, bro. I don't care, man. You know what I mean? Things happen. But away from Nunez' shooting, I thought he was dope when he came on. He caused them problems straight away.
He was exactly what you want a forward to do that's coming on when you're ahead in the game towards the end of a game.
This guy's pissed, bro.
What's he upset about, though? It was a fair game.
I'll let you know. Carry on talking.
Go on, yeah. I mean...
Oh, fuck it, he ran off, the bitch.
Oh, Darwin Nunez, though. Darwin, man. Look, I love Darwin. But I only saw the first chance when he should have played mowing, because I actually went to the toilet. I came back, looked at Twitter, and everyone's going, "Oh, Darwin, what have you done?" And so I haven't seen it, but I saw when he got the ball and he should have played mowing and then just held it and had a shot blocked. And I was like, "Oh, I can't even defend you on that, Darwin. You should just press the man on."
Glitched, man.
You know, the man on fire at the moment in Mo. You should just like slotted him in for 2. And then apparently there was another incident after, but I literally went to loo at the wrong time, missed it.
Yeah, that's the one, bro. He tried, I don't know. His battery ran out, bro. He went through and then he tried to chip it over Edison.
Yeah.
And nothing. I don't know what. Nobody knows what happened, bro.
He chipped him and then just stopped. It was like, oh, okay, what's going? And I couldn't quite. Did
the ball go over Edison?
No,
it went. Oh, I thought it went.
That's what I'm saying, Cav. Because they didn't bother to even show the replay. This was like, oh, whatever. Just carry it on. Basically, if you look at where the ball ended up, if he chipped it over Edison, it would have ended up like by the goal. It didn't. It ended up like to the right hand side. So I actually think that Edison touched it and the chip didn't make it, but they didn't bother to show the replay. But there are some good things to talk about him. Like them runs, what he was doing from the halfway line.
Yeah, I was screaming for him.
He was cutting them up, bro.
From about 60 minutes, I could see the game plan Liverpool playing. That ball in behind, and I've said this, I'm going to keep saying it. City's defence ain't great. Ruben Diaz, right, and I said this, right? Everyone, right? I need to talk about this for a second because this irritates me in football. Yeah, we all go at Trent for his defending, right? But his ability on the ball going forward is immense. Is there any difference between him and Cancelo? Like seriously?
Is it Cancelo that got spun for the goal?
Yeah.
Turned him into a Beyblade.
Cancelo's defending is not very.
Blender treatment.
He's not a good defender. He's literally not a good defender. I don't see no difference between Cancelo and Trent that much at all. They're both extremely good going forward, extremely talented on the ball, but both their defending are equally poor. And for some reason, Cancelo gets no stick, nothing trends online. I saw big up Monts. Monts was trying to start it. Where's the trying to start a trend to get it going? But I don't get it. Cancelo is an extremely talented footballer, extremely talented, like Trent is, but his defending's poor. Akanji is shit.
Yeah, but he's good at maths, man.
Akanji is. I don't.
Mate, sorry, bro. I keep showing that Van Dijk clearance, man. Flipping hell.
Yeah, Van Dijk's the man. I don't get the Akanji hype. Ruben Diaz, obviously, good footballer. I think City missed Laporte. I know that some City fans are not a bit down on it. There's some City fans who don't think Laporte's at his best anymore. Because Ake was getting skinned. Laporte, for me, they missed John Stones and Laporte, Man City. I think John Stones, Laporte, and Ruben Diaz are their best three defenders, and I think they're missing badly because Laporte can play in a fullback role as well. He's done that against Liverpool before and actually played quite well when he's done it. But yeah, City, like at the back, I said it in the preview and I keep saying it, you can get at City, but they're an exceptional side. And you've always got to worry about what they do on the counter-attack if you don't get through their defence. Yeah. And what we did today was defended like old Liverpool, aggressive, willing to take the chance, stepping up. You know, Virgil, best performance for a long time. They're
literally showing a video package just on Virgil's game now.
It was tremendous. I just see Jamie Carragher said it was the most aggressive and electric he's seen Virgil in a long time.
Because he attacked everything, isn't it? He doesn't normally attack everything. That's
Virgil,
not
just
normally
do that all the time, man. It just shows that Virgil was just down a few gears. He can go up. It can go up, and
it's hard, you know, when it's not when a certain style's not your game, and you've built your whole reputation and your whole style of play on it, and the team's built themselves around it. It's hard to change it sometimes, but I think today he just knew that the team is coming up against, and the fact that people kept mentioning Haaland to him is like, nah, I'm not having it today. And I know when Cav mentioned just about Virgil bypassing people I know what header you're talking about, bro. He ran past everyone. I don't know where he came from, bro. I'm like, yeah, this guy's on job today, man. And I think it felt like 1920 when he had Gomez next to him at the beginning of the season. That's what it felt like to me, because Gomez was on smoke.
Do you think he sort of was stepping in and being more aggressive, because he has that relationship with Gomez that he trusts him for Gomez to go and cover him if need be. If he does miss that header, which don't get wrong, isn't very often, he kind of backs Gomez to sort of to cover him, and he knows he's got that recovery pace to just get across and put
Cav, you mentioned it perfect there. I was just about to say, I think what he trusts in Gomez, it's nothing to do with the defending compared to like Matip and that. It's the pace, bro. It's the pace. If you when Virgil drops off and gives an attacker space so we can see the game and stuff like that, it's because he knows that if they get behind Matip and that, he's got to cover him in it. When it's Gomez, it's like, yeah, I'm going to cover him, but he's got enough pace to run back. Whereas the others, it's kind of like when he goes past, and we haven't seen him enough with Konate, to be honest. Still early in that kind of relationship. So I'm really proud of Gomez, though, man. I'm happy for him, bro, because I said in the preview, I think at right back, perfect. I'll play him over Trent. I said at centre back, I don't know if he has it anymore. Because of and it's based on, it's not like we made it up, it's based on performances.
What we've seen.
He's been at centre back this season and he ain't been good. But
he was aggressive today.
Yeah, I loved it, man.
Aggressive.
Looked like he was playing for his position today, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, Konate's got that little injury, you know, and Matip, Konate and Matip are probably going to be back in the next week in a way. So Trent came back on today, so he weren't really injured. He back on. So the only thing we have to talk about is Jota went off. It looks like he's done his hamstring. Now, I'm not sure what they're saying because I've gone straight onto this, so I haven't watched any of it.
Nah, they're on an advert at the moment. When Klopp comes on, I'll go off.
Yeah,
when he mentions it, I'll write it in the chat.
They said it was his hamstring in commentary.
I thought he had cramp at the beginning.
But he didn't sort of pull, he didn't go to his hamstring to hold it. I thought it was the foot. Because he stretched and got kicked in the foot, didn't he, with the ball?
Well, you know, when he had his leg in the air, that's when he was holding his hamstring.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cramp because you could see Diaz telling him to get up. I don't think he was being mean or anything. I think Diaz thought, yo, you got cramp, just get up. But then he wouldn't move. So it's very interesting.
The physio was pushing his foot back as well. So it looked like it was cramp. But
yeah, that's what
if you can have horrible cramp that takes you out for a while, though.
No, you can, bro. I've had a cramp what's giving me dead leg for like a week, bro.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though. If it is a hamstring and it's the same hamstring that he's done obviously twice in the past few months, then that could be really quite serious, which is going to be hugely
it is a
negative
problem
for us.
Because Diaz is out and he is out, which means we're a bit short on that left hand.
He's been incredible. Jota's been incredible since he's been back as well. I have to say though, I know this is kind of fucked up, but when me and my son seen him going down, my son looked at each other and was like, I hope he's play acting, bro. Because I want the scumbaggery, bro. But then he won't move, and then I was like, "Oh shit, man! Don't tell me."
I think Carvalho did a bit of the scumbaggery by staying down for longer than he needed to.
I wanted it all though.
Yeah, I had a big up Carvalho. We've been saying this though for how long as Liverpool fans? Us three especially have been saying it. We are too nice as a team,
bro. The funny thing is that the person who doesn't stay down is Salah, bro. Never.
Does Salah even go down? Do you remember
when he falls? He bounces back up every time, bro.
The man is, to start one thing, let's go on about Mo. It's almost impossible to pull him down. Firstly, it's such a fight.
I love him, man. Did you see as well that I love this friend when Hendo come on, he went full Brexit on him, bro. He was just kicking the ball.
No.
I love him so much, bro. He was clattering into people and that. He's like, all right, I'll just kick the ball away, but it's not a problem. We ain't losing this game. Captain, man, and Milner was captain today, isn't it?
Big up, Batman.
Performances, bro.
But that's the thing, though, Savage. Like, it's exactly the thing I asked for when we did our preview yesterday. Is I need to see us be scumbags, time waste, hang on to it from goal kicks, throw-ins, chop a man down. And what I said as well is, you know, if you're in doubt, just fucking hoof that ball up the pitch. And they did that today. Milner and, like you say, Henderson when he came
I'll be back.
Gomez the same. Just if in doubt, get it up the pitch. And they did that. And then it obviously forced the Man City defenders to try to win the header. But then the thing we were doing is we were reacting to the second ball. So then we were up the pitch again. It was so not, I don't want to say back to basics because that would play down the performance of the team and some of the players, but they did the basics right today, is I suppose what I'm trying to say. You know, football is a simple game if you do all the basics right, you know, and then your quality can push you on through. And they did exactly that. Don't need to play out from the back. Don't need to try and bring the ball down and go past somebody and then to make the pass. Just frigging hoof it and get rid of the danger. They did that so well today. And I tell you what, Bernardo Silva's fuming. Guardiola's fuming. I mean, I can't ask for any more.
Have to send me this underwear. I want to know, have you seen the videos of this? What was Bernardo doing anyway?
He looks like, you know, when he turns around, he looks like he's up to no good, you know.
He looks like he's scouting out of place, don't he? It's like, what is he doing? But yeah, Jesus Christ, look, Bernardo. What I will say about Bernardo Silva, because he is a little shite bag, but my God, you'd love him in your team.
But ever since he didn't clap that guard of honor, and then he walked off earlier, I don't like him.
He doesn't. I don't think Bernardo likes Liverpool much either. I
take him in a heartbeat, but I don't like the guy.
But oh my God, if he was in your team, you'd love him the bits because that man works his arse off. I'll credit him that. Really do. I love the man, but he plays like he's on crack.
Who did you question to you, Jamie? Who did you think played well for Man City? Because I thought it'd be good to hear from Patman and some other Man City fans. I thought Man City. Good. I think they'll be really disappointed in their team.
Bernardo Silva played well for Man City.
Yeah,
because he works so hard off the ball as well. He was the one who was pressing really. Or I don't get. Maybe Patman can tell me as well. I don't understand, and this ain't taken away from Liverpool's win or the way we played, but I don't understand Pep's tactics in this game. The way he played De Bruyne was very weird.
Yeah, De Bruyne looked lost.
Yeah, he played the two high out. He wanted him and Cancelo sort of like next to each other, high up the pitch. And it's sort of because you want Kevin De Bruyne to come into the game from a deeper position, not in front of the game where he can't really dictate it. Exactly, I don't understand. I don't understand why he played him in that position. And
surely you want to get De Bruyne on the ball in them kind of inside channel areas, but deep. So he did it one time where he put one square on Haaland's head and he just sort of cushioned it back to Alisson, really. But they're the areas you need to get him in. But like you say, he was too high. He was almost playing as a winger at times, and that's not. I mean, he's damaged from there because he's an absolutely quality player, but it's not where you get the best out of him.
No,
I agree. I don't understand what Man City were trying to do today because they had all the momentum, they had all the impetus, they had a good rest. You know, the rest of a lot of the big boys midweek, they had everything going for them to win this game. And I just think Pep once again just overthought it, like just absolutely fluffed his lines. I mean, I've been hearing from Man City fans for so long that Grealish is playing so well for him. He didn't even touch pitch today. You know, like it was quite clear after 60 minutes that Foden wasn't getting any joy out of Milner. Don't understand why he didn't make that change.
Yeah,
or move him over to the right and bring Grealish on, or bring Mahrez on, or something.
Did he make one sub as well, Pep?
I think just Alvarez. Yeah,
he made a really, really late sub. Was it just Alvarez?
But Pep does that though. He can be stubborn. Sometimes he doesn't make any changes, and I don't know if he's just really trying to prove a point to the players or what.
Well, you got us in this. You sort yourself out.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a weird one. I'm not going to take it from Pat Man says it was just the one. I'm not going to take it away from Liverpool's performance today anyway because
no, we shouldn't.
And it shouldn't because that performance today was electric by Liverpool. Everything, Mo Salah, incredible. No, I think Klopp looked at it. I really do. I think the Rangers game said a lot. I think when he took him off for Darwin and put him in that number 9 position, just put him up top in front of goal, getting a 5-minute hat trick. I think he just saw it as like, do you know what? This may be where I need to play Mo. And this is, I've been saying it for about a year now. Mo should be the number
you
9.
have to be fair.
Mo should be the number 9 for Liverpool. No one else, because his ability to hold up the ball is second to none. He's the best at it in our team because his strength is unreal. He can turn really quickly, and when he's away from you, you're not catching him. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And his work rate through the middle is fantastic. Yeah, Mo Salah in that number 9 position. I think Klopp's got a little problem. I don't know if you can put Klopp up. I think Klopp might have gave himself a little problem, which is a good problem, by the way, of having Mo as the number 9, because obviously Darwin wants to play there. But you go at the moment, you'd rather have Mo at number 9, wouldn't you? I mean,
yeah, it would be harsh on Nunez, but I'm sorry. Like I said yesterday, you play the guys that are in form. I mean, if everybody's fit, I'm rolling out the same team. You know, everybody played well. Everyone earned their spot today, so they should stick in that side. I mean, it doesn't really. It's not. We shouldn't get too upset if Nunez is on the bench for the foreseeable future and it's Salah playing up there, because Salah's in there on merit because he's so good. And I know Nunez is a new signing, but it just gives him more time to find his feet, learn the language, get to know his teammates. Exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't be, if I was Klopp, I wouldn't be trying to shoehorn Nunez in because he's a new signing and he's a big money signing. Nah, if Salah's performing like that, playing up top, you keep him in there.
Oh, you got it. I love Pat, man. Yeah. We were shy, you were good. End the discussion, really. Now let's talk about Liz Truss or something.
You ain't getting away from this, Pat, man. You sit right where you are, mate, and listen in.
Savage, what did Klopp say?
He was talking about how good we were in our box defending. He said apart from that Haaland header, he was proud of the fact that we were first to every ball, and throughout the season we've been second to a lot of the balls and stuff like that. He said that we probably should have scored 2 or 3 goals, but he was happy with the way we played. And that they asked him about Jota, because there was, like he said, I think with Jeffrey said, if you're happy that you played with like a makeshift centre back and all this, and like, which Gomez saying makeshift, by the way.
You call him a makeshift centre back?
Yeah, it's like makeshift, and then he was like, I'm not happy with the players being patched up because now we've got another one down. And he said, how bad is Jota? And he said, I don't know, but he said when Jota stays down, it doesn't look good. And then asked him about him getting sent off, and he said he said I deserve to get sent off, but he said that there's the most blatant foul I've ever seen in front of a linesman, and they didn't call it. So it's like, and then he looked at Jeffries and he said it's easy for you. He said, I'm looking at your face now, and you don't seem bothered by it, but we're in the game. He's like, we're part of it. So he said something switched off in my head, and I lost it. I love it, man. And then he asked, what does it mean for us, the game? And he said 3 points and left.
What does this mean now? He's in the stands in the next game, is he?
Yeah, the West Ham game.
Yeah. Is it just one game?
Hey, listen.
Jesus Christ!
We'll be on the sideline.
Come with the hour. Come with the man.
And he will write a book on the only West Ham game.
Yeah. That time I was manager.
No, you know when they bring a book out, but then they redistribute a few months later with a new chapter and a few new
amendments.
That's what it's going to be. So a few months.
Limited edition.
You'll have the West Ham chapter where he brought Liverpool victory with intense pressing. I reckon he should do it just to take. I reckon he should do it just for the vibes. I reckon he really should just, because I think Pep knows everyone's sort of like.
The thing is, the book is dope, bro. It's a dope book. I don't even like books. The book's dope, man.
Even Pat-Man says it was mental that was never called a foul, but to be fair, it was.
In that situation, I wasn't mad at the ref. It was the linesman because he was right next to him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame. It's one game, man. Yeah, I mean, look. The foul is it is what it is. Yeah, it was a foul, but Klopp's emotional, man. He's emotional as it is. So, I mean, Salah. I don't know if Salah got one foul today. To be fair,
that's what Klopp said.
I mean, he got pulled about all game. But what I've got to say though today, the Anfield crowd, Jesus Christ,
incredible. They've been terrible all season.
As I was about to say, a lot of people have been saying it. They have been bad all season. We've heard. From people, a lot of people that go to the games, have been saying, the crowd's just a bit.
I promise, bro. Before every Liverpool game at home, my brother phones me with 2 minutes to kick off, and I've been able to speak to him properly. I shouldn't be able to hear him.
No.
I shouldn't be able to, but yeah, today it was completely different. So
that atmosphere, especially when we scored, and and the sending off of it's just, my God, that's the game.
Yeah, you love the thing again. It's celebrating, and when Virgil cleared it before Haaland got to it with his head, I love watching defenders celebrate that.
Yeah, it's like celebrating a goal.
I love it, bro. That's what you should be like, bro. You should be happy to do. Come on, bro. Sorry, Cav, carry on, bro.
I was just going to say, like, just going back to the crowd, like they were amazing, but like the thing that I was really pleased about with them today was after we started really well for about 5 minutes, and then Man City just kept hold of the ball for like the next 10, 15, and they tried to take the sting, and like the Man City players were being sort of jeered and whistled, but then then whistles kind of slowed because Man City were keeping the ball for so long.
Yeah.
But then, so the crowd, they were still making noise, but they did quite a little. But when we got the ball back, and I'm not sure if it was a challenge or what now, but when we needed to get the crowd back on side, they got back on side, and then they went again from there. They didn't remain silent. Yeah. So that's
the first like outburst from the crowd was in like the first 30 seconds. I think Harvey just blocked somebody and it went for a throw in, and it went crazy. I was like, oh shit. I'm here for it, man. Love it, bro.
But isn't it interesting though? Like we say this about every game. We know within like 10, 20 seconds whether Liverpool gonna be on it that day. And soon as Harvey put that challenge in, I think it was Ake, he just blocked the pass and it went out for a throw in. You just knew, you were like, okay, the team are going to be about it today. And it just, it gets the crowd on side. And look, I earlier in the week was saying I think Man City are actually learning to deal with the Anfield pressure as every game sort of goes on by. But even today, I wouldn't say they caved to it, but I suppose they did a little bit.
The way to judge it is always just look at Guardiola and see if he starts scratching his head and putting his head down. He winds him up, bro. You see the part there was a part when obviously once the goal got disallowed, he started going crazy, but he was doing it to our fans, innit? Because they were making noise and he was telling them to go louder. Then the camera went on Klopp and then Klopp was telling them to go even louder. I'm like, yeah, man. There's I think I don't think it bothered Haaland as such, man, but he looked a bit like, I'm not really used to this, bro. This is a bit mad. Like it, man. I like
Haaland looked frustrated today. I've never.
No, because he's dangerous at any point, bro. So I like it, man.
Yeah, that's the first time this season I will say I think Haaland actually looked frustrated. Starting to snatch at things a little bit as well.
You know what happened though, innit? If you watch the and there's nothing against him, just watch the first 30 minutes when everyone watches it back. When the camera goes on him, he doesn't normally breathe that heavy, and that's because usually he's not running as much. Remember, normally everyone's like, "Oh yeah, 8 touches, scored 2 goals," and that. Today, I seen him trying to get involved in the game early. It felt like whatever instructions Guardiola gave him was a little bit different to what he normally does, which is valid because we're Liverpool, and he knows that it's going to be a harder game. Forget form and stuff; it's going to be harder because of passion and that. So he was running a lot more, and De Bruyne started to move into mad positions to get the ball. It was like he's getting fed up. At one point, he was like hugging the touchline, and I couldn't believe it was him there. And he was like, "I'll cross it from this deep if I have to." It didn't work.
His positioning today was a bit. We've said this about Pep we've said this about Pep before. Sometimes he has this weird setup for a game, don't he? Like the Cancelo and De Bruyne thing today was very strange. Where they were on the pitch, and you got the best midfielder in the world. He is the best midfielder in the world, and you've got him ahead of the play. It sort of makes no sense. And
I would give us more credit for it,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. No, we whatever City did today, we got to credit ourselves for performance, no matter what.
Because De Bruyne didn't start there. He just and I say it to Cav all the time about De Bruyne moving across that space, and he doesn't really have a position. But it felt like he's very smart. So he's like, if I'm not getting no joy here, I'll just move to a different position and pick up this space. But then at one point I looked and it's like, bro, you by the halfway line, and he's not going forward with it, and it's because every time he stepped forward, Robbo stepped into the space every time, and then Thiago covered him. And it becomes like these little kids nattering at my legs trying to get the ball off me. And that first half, when Bobby puts these tackles in sometimes, I'm like, flip, where did he come from? He goes unnoticed sometimes. I know he's been scoring, so everyone's talking about that. But when we were pressing, he would nab the ball off him. And I don't know how many times he did it today.
He gets his toe on something all the time, don't he?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Patman is I don't know. Ask Patman. Yeah, Ake is he? Because I know I watched him at Bournemouth, but is Ake fast? Because I've seen a few times today when he was running, and I'm like, he was trying to chase Harvey down. I'm like, Harvey's not lightning quick, and he didn't seem to to be like right ahead of him or anything.
Chasing Mo down's different. I mean, that's just like Mo's like.
I just wondered. It's not even a criticism. I just thought that I assumed that he was fast.
Do you know?
He didn't seem fast today.
Harvey's not like quick, but he's looking a little quicker than he once did.
It's acceleration, isn't it? And I told you in pre-season, didn't I, Jay?
Yeah.
That after his injury, that he looked a bit carved up.
Yeah.
And then I seen his quote the other day, and he said that Mo told him to stop eating bread.
Yeah. Weighs you down, man. Weighs you down. That's why I don't stand up no more.
What did you make of Bobby today? Because I agree with you, Savage. I think he's dropping back and winning the ball back was really good. But I actually thought I was getting a bit frustrated with his passing. His lack of passing
in the first half.
Yeah,
in the first half there was
his game was off for his attacking play, but his defensive play in that forward area. We've been moaning about we don't defend well enough from the front, and Bobby defends beautifully from the front. And as you said, he comes back and just nicks the ball for Rodri with his toe or something like that, and you set a counter attack up. That's what he's exceptional at. Going forward today, his passing was off, his shooting was off, his timing was off as well, where he was going past the ball. But I can give him a day off. I mean, he's been
that felt like a game plan from us, 100%, because it was like
use him as a
double up on somebody. Mo's the one, Fab's the one in Firmino's the one who nabs the ball off him, and then Thiago picks up the ball and plays it to Robbo, and then we kept playing from that position. I know what Cav's on about, because in the first half, apart from the defending side made up for everything, so I'm not mad at him or anything like that, but I watched him a few times when he picked up the ball. I was looking up to the right side where Mo and Harvey was, and there's a few times there was a big gap and he wouldn't play it, and he would slow the whole play down. So now we're like, the counter-attack's, it's done now. You can't do that in football, and if you hold the ball for 5 seconds in that position, you have to restart. You have to restart again. And luckily for Virgil, his passing was on point today, so he made up for it sending it over to the right side.
Big up G. Big up G. He was on the show last night.
Oh yeah, big up G. He's a nice guy. I like doing.
Come on,
show with him, man. Like you're right, Cav. It was a bit frustrating at times, but it looked like we set up the way we looked like we set up was 4-4-1-1, wasn't it? And Fabinho was that man who became the extra midfielder. And we used Salah. I mean, the tactics. Klopp got him bang on today. They got him bang on today. Salah in that number 9. You can play long ball football at times when it's done correct, and it's done correct today. Let's just talk about Salah's goal.
It's like Sean Dyche said. Sean Dyche said Liverpool are a long ball team. It's just that they play really good long balls.
There's nothing wrong with long ball, though. There's nothing.
It's not lies, bro.
Long ball football is different to long pass football.
Yeah. It's the quickest route to the goal. So
I've always said it. Do you want to do 40 passes to score or 2? I mean, it depends how the quality you've got with it as well. If you've got Virgil knocking around 60-yard diagonals straight to the player, that's a long pass. Long balls are sometimes just someone's hoofing it into space. That's what Harry Kane does and gets credited for it all the time. But let's not go down that route.
Yeah, call in the chat about Klopp taking Salah off. Now, Klopp mentioned it in the post-match. He said that he was calling Salah over to speak to him, and he didn't know that the board behind him had Salah's number on it. So it was a mistake.
I was watching him thinking, what are you doing?
yeah, it seemed wrong, didn't it?
And then
it seemed really wrong.
2 minutes later, he scored. But his goal today, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That ball from Alisson, as I kept saying on this show, I'm going to say it again right now, Alisson has the best distribution of any goalkeeper in Europe. I'm going to keep saying it. Because his distribution always leads to something. That's the problem with it. Even when it's like a quick throw that's only gone 10 yards or 5 yards, but it always sets up something really quickly. It's like quick fault, and if the players are in the right position, Ali can then actually get rid. And the ball to Mo today, Kev. I mean, and that turn, Jesus.
Oh, it's what we would kind of expect from a player like Darwin, or Haaland, tall, aggressive, physically strong, can hold off a defender, can turn, and then he's got the pace and the composure to finish. And we're talking about it. I mean, I don't know how tall he is. What is he? 5'10", 5'11"? Probably smaller than that. Salah.
Who? No, Salah's about 5'7", bro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The strength for him is just—it's ridiculous.
Strong, man. It's his core strength, man.
And I know that it's Cancelo, and he's not the most physical guy. He's not doing it against a centre back. He's doing it against a fullback. But even still, I mean, as soon as that ball left Ali's foot, Salah determined the whole situation. Cancelo didn't have a choice in that. Salah's body positioning, his strength, he held off Cancelo. He was in a position where he could receive the ball how he wanted to. As soon as you pin the defender like that, you're in control. And he's just fantastic. And you know what? I actually thought, because the first touch was the one that when he received the ball, the second touch was, I think, the one that was just out of his feet. And I felt like he overhit it slightly because I thought, we're going to have a repeat of what we'd just seen where Alisson saved the previous one-on-one. But actually this time he put a bit more curl on it and he lifted it. And it's just a Mo Salah finish. Like we've seen it time and time again. And like that, the roar from the crowd, like all the passion came back. And I felt like I was saying to myself during the game, because I don't know what minute did he score? 68, 69?
76.
Oh, was it? Okay, it's later than that.
Yeah, because they made a point of saying that the goal he scored against Man City last season was in the 76th minute as well. So they made a point of mentioning it.
Yeah. But like at that point, I was just already saying to myself, knowing I was doing the pods this evening, I was saying, I'm really proud of the performance already. I'm really proud of it. Like anything can happen from here on it. And Man City do get stronger. They're very strong in the last 10 minutes of games. You know, they can just kill people. And you mentioned it last night, Savage. You're never really out of a game with, even if you're 2-3 goals up, you know, in the last 10 minutes, Man City can drag.
That's where they scare me the most, that last 10 minutes. I hate it. It's horrible, bro.
That 80th minute onwards was horrible to watch.
Yeah. Man, I went to my son when the time added on was about to come up. I said it better not be like 6 minutes because I don't know where it came from. And I saw it. I said, for fuck's sake, bro.
Yeah. But like I say, I was already so pleased with the performance. So there, once Salah scored, I was over the moon, and then it was all just about defending. But we did. I remember one challenge, we forced them into putting the ball out of play a couple of times, and then Robbo comes alive in these moments. You know, where you're one up and you trying to defend a lead. He just gets this like second wind, and he just starts bursting everywhere, and it never really. We were all, as Liverpool fans, fucking biting our nails, I'm sure. But that's just because of the game and because we know what can happen in football. But actually, the play that was on the pitch, we were just still defending really well. And like, there was never really a moment where we were like, Jesus Christ, we're lucky there. I think we fully earned everything we got today.
I think so, man. I think we were dope, man. I know everyone's mentioning Salah about being number 9 and stuff like that. And I was trying to paying close attention to how the game started and the pattern of the front three. And like, it wasn't straight number 9 all game.
No, it was on relight. He drifted wide.
Yeah, because it was very like, especially I used to have this from Sunday and Saturday league with my manager and that. We were like, when we play different positions, different formations, would be different formation when we're in the offensive compared to defensive. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened because Bobby joined the attack, but then when Man City had the ball, he dropped straight back in, and it looked like there was just 2 up top. And then when we got the ball again, he joined the middle, but then they didn't stay there because at one point, when Salah won the ball on the left-hand side, he stayed there for a bit, and he was on the left side. Mm-hmm. Then he was in the middle again. Then he was on the right side linking up with Harvey. And then I think when he got to the last like 30 minutes, he stayed in the number 9 role then, but it was a little bit wider than usually is. And I remember even the commentators were saying, when it started, it's like, I think Jurgen's done us a bit here because I don't know what formation he's playing. And for time, they couldn't tell what he had picked up. And I remember thinking, if you pundits can't pick this up, then there's no way Man City know what formation we're playing, which is a good thing because it keeps people second guessing. And it's always been that kind of fluid. It's just that the team ain't been that good this season. So it tells me that it probably is a thing that we changed this season anyway, because beginning of the season, there was times in games where Diaz ended up on the right wing and then Salah would be in the middle and they'll keep changing. I really like it because it keeps second guessing. Bobby sliding into that hole is perfect sometimes, nabbing the ball back and then linking up the play. But yeah, to a man, I think we were on it today. And I'm never going to overdo what it says for the rest of the season. But for today, I thought we was incredible. And you always get this frustrating thing at the end of the game where you're like, why couldn't we play like this against whoever? Because Man City is the best team. You know what I mean? Play like 80% of this against a lesser team would beat them.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go back on them, and it's shit happens. And
yeah.
if they've been that great for 5 years, I'm supposed to get mad at them for a couple of games. I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But yeah, going forward, I think we'll be dope. Because even Salah said in his post match, he said that they asked him about missing the chance earlier before that when Ederson saved it, and he was like, "No, I'm not." It's like I'm not worried about missing chances. He said the problem was when I don't get the chances. That's when there's a problem. But he said apart from that, he said I knew I'd get another one. And to be fair, the goal he scored was almost identical to the one Ederson saved before. And what you just said, Cav, and what I said to you earlier about I don't think Ederson's save was that good because Salah should have done better. Well, the second time he chipped it over his arm instead of putting it against the floor, which is great. It's great awareness to know that. Yeah. 100%. So yeah, man, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, Mo. I think we've all forgot. Everyone's forgetting about Mo. And what he does, the records he breaks. I mean, you know, I think he's got more goals for a single club now. Is it then Drogba and Aguero in the Champions League as well? I mean, it's just. Is he the highest scoring African in the Premier League ever as well at the moment? I think Drogba, didn't he? This is just, do you know how ridiculous all this is? The man is phenomenal. He's a goal scorer. Now, I've always said it. His all-round game, if he ain't scoring goals, is sometimes a bit mid. But, yeah, I'm down with the kids. I use the word mid. And I see it everywhere. But you put this man in front of goal with his pace, his low sense of gravity, his body strength. He is causing issues for any team in Europe, like literally. And you just got to play this man to his strength. I said it, he had show the other day. Liverpool got to start hiding the weaknesses and show the strength of all our players. And if they do, like we picked that 11, you, me, and G and Savage and all that yesterday. We picked that 11. We said, if you didn't know what's going on this season, you looked at 11. Where do you think we are in the Premier League? We all said top two.
I'm so happy Millie started, bro.
And what I want now, this is I want to know I don't know where this Liverpool's been, but this is Liverpool. What we saw today is this Liverpool team and what they can do. Because everyone was talking about this City team going invincible. Haaland's an alien. They got to go of this. They got to do that. Look, we can put a nice run together now. We've got West Ham at home midweek. We've got Nottingham Forest after that, and then Leeds at home. And now I think we've got Spurs after that, and then Derby in the Cup, and then we're close to the World Cup, yeah?
Yep.
These are nice fixtures we got now going to run. I want this Liverpool team now to look at this. We've got to use this as a base now going forward for the rest of the season. This is our start of our season now. You know, we are where we are in the league, 9th or whatever it is at the moment, because we started poorly. But I think the boys have just got to look at it and go, you know, maybe that Rangers game that we won 7-1, that everyone said was just Rangers, was the kickstart this Liverpool team needed.
Yeah.
It weren't today. It was actually that Rangers match.
Especially for the attackers, bro. Mo getting a hat-trick in that short space of time does massive for him. He was great today.
I don't care who you're playing. You get an hat-trick in 5 minutes in the Champions League. You can't wait to play again the next day, can you? It's just
no.
The thing, what we did today was we answered the question of can this team get back to their best? And I think we answered it. Yeah, we can, because if you can beat Man City, regardless of your opinion of how good Man City were today, if you can beat Man City, right, then quite clearly you've got quality in your team. And we know that Liverpool have, but we started to question, because the poor form's gone on for 7, 8, 9 games now. We started to question, have some players just, you know, are they starting to decline? Is this the end of our cycle? What do we need to do to change it? Well, actually, we've made a change and we've just beat the best team in the league. So all of them players should look at themselves and look at their teammates and go, actually, no. We're still about it. We've still got quality. We can still do things now because we've just gone and proved it. Now it's about application and maintaining that level that you've just put in. Because I always believed that this team would turn a corner. It was just a matter of when. Yeah. I really hope that this is it. You know, I hope this is the corner turned, and now we can just build on it. Because if we can do it from here on in, you know, we should. If we can perform like that every week in the league for the rest of the season, we'll cruise top 4 easily.
Exactly. And we did what they got to go on as well with. We didn't concede to Manchester City.
Clean sheet as well. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Didn't even think about that.
Team that, as we've been saying, that score goals are fun. They got Haaland just annihilating teams. You know, we got to remember, Virgil might not have been himself this season, but he's still Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay.
Gomez
Honestly, bro.
might not have been what he's been last couple of seasons because of injuries, but he's still quality footballer. You know, Thiago, Fabinho, quality footballer. Salah is just world class. Jota, quality. You know, Harvey Elliott is a very talented little young footballer who's only getting better with more responsibility that's put upon him. And by the way, we can stop about this. Elliott can't defend on the right hand side. Did you see his cover work today?
Yeah,
Bro,
brilliant today.
Do people think that if you've never had to do something before and then you come to a team and you have to start doing it, it's not going to take time to learn how to do it?
Yeah. I mean, he even got me, man. I know he's a youngster. He wants to show his attacking side of his game, but my God, his cover work today was phenomenal. He really covered James Milner quite a lot. Milner was finding it hard in the second half, the way, because Bernardo got higher up the pitch and they were doubling up a little bit. But Harvey,
he's great, man.
Yeah. The only thing you could criticize Harvey, just quickly, the only criticism you could possibly have of Harvey today was he found himself when we were on the tap,
in good areas,
in good spaces where if he could just shift it, you know, or get a good touch out of his feet, he could have a shot on goal. And his first touch was in their moments, just didn't allow him to set himself to pick the right option. But
you're right.
Yeah, but that's something hopefully.
Yeah,
I think it will come. But I also think the occasion, because in these games it's such big pressure, but it's also that at the moment he receives the ball, he's got to react in seconds. Yeah. His first touch has got to be impeccable because instantly someone will be on him, charging him down. So, you know, he's probably not had that level of pressure before. He's probably picked up the ball in positions before and had like 2-3 seconds, can maybe take 1 or 2 touches before making the pass or getting a shot away or whatever. Whereas today it was like, nah, first touch has got to be on it, out your feet, have a go, or lay it off. And he fluffed his lines a little bit today, but I mean, he made up for it with everything else. It's just a little thing that he could work on, because if that first touch was there, and on the few occasions he got the ball and he got a shot on goal, so he could be picking up, and he scored today. Could be talking about man of the match. Could be talking about an incredible performance. You know,
that's all missing from his game at the moment. But like, this is what he had. 6 games last season, his first Premier League season.
That's 18. The thing, man.
And that's now he's had 9, 8, whatever this season at 19. Like Foden at the beginning, look, Foden and him are quite similar in ages, yeah? I think Foden's a couple of years older, but Premier League-wise, Foden is more seasoned than Harvey Elliott. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to be the same kind of player or anything like that. I'm not saying that Harvey, like, they're totally different footballers. But Harvey, given time, I expect from next season and the season after that, you will see the better in front of in goal. Of course you can, my man. I'll send it. Is it Rick or Luke? So I know who send it to in the Twitter. Let me know in the chat, and then I'll send you the link.
I'll tell you what as well.
If Harvey, to be honest, bro. Honestly, man. Throw him in the deep end kind of early. Weren't expecting to have to do this kind of thing playing for Liverpool because we're used to winning all the time. Now he's had the worst of Liverpool already and the best of Liverpool. So they're going to help him grow, man. I just think, like, you do forget, like Jamie's right, man. There wasn't that many games before he got injured in the first place. And people speak of him like he's this seasoned veteran and that. Like, he is different with Foden. It's different with Foden. He's been around that Liverpool team. We brought Harvey. Like, Foden's been around the Man City way for a while. Pep brought him in perfectly, using him sparingly. And I have to say for Foden, this guy, bro, it's like he's got glue on his feet, man. It's horrible to play against. He was getting out of like tight areas, where, like Milner and that were doing. They kept pushing him back, which was great. But there's still like little gaps where I'm like, humans can't get through this gap with the ball at their feet still, and he just gets through it. I don't know what that is, man. I think it's because it must be him growing up next to David Silva, bro. Honestly, I remember him saying it's his favorite player, and that he doesn't. With all due respect to our English players, and that Foden doesn't play like an English footballer, bro. He plays like a Spaniard, bro.
Yeah, true.
That's what it reminds me of straight away. Is dope, man. And I think, like, he's a different man, and Harvey's gonna get the experience. And Same with Carvalho and that. I think Carvalho is literally just a strength thing for him. I don't even think it's the way he plays football. He's just a bit weak, but he's only small.
And when he come on today, like he kind of, I was a little not frustrated with him because there was bigger things going on in the game. But when he was picking up the ball, he was just hanging on to it for a bit too long. And the one thing I didn't want him to do was try to go by people, just get it and play it. Like keep it simple, give it to the other boys.
Yeah.
And one thing he was trying to do was he was picking up the ball, and instead of just playing it off again, he was trying to, he was trying to go by somebody, or he was trying to just take the ball round a corner and get round someone. And I was a bit like, if you get caught out here, it's going to be problems for us. But I mean, he got away with it a bit today. But
what happens when you play with us playing a certain way as a manager and a team, and you're bringing in people into this the system of how we play on it? It's not like we're not going to build a team around you. No one's too special at Liverpool, so you have to bend to the way we play. And for some people, it's almost like you have to unlearn what you've done before and do something different. So for people like them, it's not just because Carvalho does it, Elliott does it, and Jones does it. They all play, there's always a certain way where it's like they're indecisive of, do I play with my instincts of how I normally play, or do I do this? And then they always look, you can see the indecisiveness on the pitch with passes or lingering on the ball for too long, which means you can tell that it's just them learning and gaining experience. And hopefully this season hopefully they get the experience in the cup games a little bit more. You know what I mean? For Harvey, it's a little bit different because it seems to be a bit more further in the development in the Liverpool squad. And Curtis has been out for so long that I don't think he's going to get brought back into the squad straight. He's on the bench, obviously. It'll be like 10 minutes here or there. But when them cup games come, I hope that like we build around them youngsters. We have experience on the pitch, but they all play. And hopefully they can learn it a little bit more. But big up Luke, man. Let you speak, brother.
Yeah, Luke. How you doing, my man? So this is Luke.
Relieved.
I think you have
big up Luke. Yeah, man.
How you doing, Luke?
I'm all good. I think it's the specs, Jamie. It's the first time I've seen you in specs. I think
I didn't get the memo. What's going on here?
I've had such a good day, Like I had a game this morning. My team won 5-2. Come back this afternoon. I was thinking to myself, I thought I will take a 0-0 all day long. I generally believe that when I saw the teams come out, and obviously we all knew that Milner was going to start right back today, and I think he shut us up, a lot of Liverpool fans up today. His performance against a very rapid Phil Foden. In my opinion, I think Foden was probably City's best player today. And Milner just tried his absolute best, gave that steady 7-8 out of 10 that Milner always gives and a bit more. I think Joe Gomez against Haaland was probably one of his best performances in a Liverpool shirt today. If you're going alongside the monster that is Erling Haaland and you've come away from 90 minutes without him scoring, I mean, it just goes to show how well your performance is. And special shout out to Van Dijk. That was the Van Dijk of old. I mean, the defensive clearance towards the end of the game was saving a goal. Obviously, Van Dijk, as I just shouted at the telly like big Verge. Obviously, like that's the Virgil van Dijk we want. But overall, Jamie, what a win! I mean, that's the turning point in our season. Definitely, 100%. With the win against Rangers, I mean, was obviously a great win. Obviously, Rangers are not the best of teams, but going into the City game, we've kept a clean sheet. I mean, that's absolutely amazing. We've kept a clean sheet. Mo Salah, like he gets a chance. I think he should have scored the first one, but Ederson makes an unbelievable save. But it was absolutely fantastic. Salah gets a chance. He never gives up. He always keeps that hope he'll get another chance. And I mean, the finish is fantastic. That's Mo Salah of his trait. That's why he is one of the best players in world football. And I mean, as I said, what a win. Liverpool hopefully will take this into the game on Wednesday against West Ham. And yeah, I mean, hopefully there's a turning point in our season, as I said. But I mean, let's celebrate tonight. What a win for Liverpool.
No, look, you're bang on. Like, look, when we saw the team sheet, I think we did a prediction show on here and said, looks like, he will play right back. And obviously, when it happened, social media went into meltdown, and no one could quite believe what they're seeing Milner at right back again. Klopp don't learn his lessons. What is he doing? Then 57-year-old James Milner goes and have the game of his life. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I'm going to stop counting people out, really. I'm going to start thinking, you know what? Sometimes these people know more than we do. We need to just button it sometimes and put a zip on it. We can criticise at times when they're wrong.
Yeah.
But Klopp obviously saw something today and thought it's more dangerous. It'd be more dangerous not to have Gomez alongside Virgil at the centre-back area then having, we have got to stop that immense threat. And it was the right decision, and he did right. And I think, I think it surprised City a little bit as well. I've got to say, I think it surprised City a little bit because Foden just couldn't run at him today. And you've got to give Harvey Elliott credit as well. He came back on him all the time and doubled up. And they're all absolutely fantastic today. There's no doubt about it. Defending was the best I've seen in a long time. Virgil looked like Virgil again. Joe being aggressive as a centre back just suits him. I like aggressive Joe Gomez. Yeah, I mean, obviously
we finally got a highlight for the season, Jay.
Yeah, there you go. There's the highlight. We were wondering where it would come from.
I mean, you say the defensive performance. I mean, Andy Robertson was superb tonight as well.
Oh, yeah,
he was great.
I mean, I've given. I think, as I said, a lot of Liverpool fans have. We've obviously asked for Tsimikas to be given an opportunity. Obviously he's come in when Robertson's had the injuries, and he's come in and done a steady job. But when he's out of that team, I just generally believe a lot of Liverpool fans, I mean, myself included, I think we just forget how important and vital Andy Robertson is to this team.
And how good he is.
And how good, exactly, just defensive awareness. He got caught out the first couple of minutes with Cancelo. He dived in, and obviously Cancelo, the ball obviously went away from him. But after that, I mean, we talk about leaders on the pitch, and Robertson obviously just proved again, like, he's one of the most important players in our team. And great performance again.
Don't get him in front of goal, though.
Nah.
Yeah,
I said that to Cav, man. That shot is the trademark Robbo's shot, bro. Always the same shot.
He might be playing it across goal to someone who's going to tap in or something. But
what I love about the Robbo shot in front of goal is the distance he waits. He waits. Like he's going to absolutely set this up beautifully.
Even the other team don't bother closing down. They just look at him.
It's just like, Robbo, why don't you just maybe hit it first time? Don't wait on it because it's crap.
It's gonna be shit. Just get it over and done with.
I reckon he pings one first time next time he tries it.
No, the thing what pleased me is that when I watched training the other day, the last training session, I watched him bang a free kick, and I'm like, what? Where's this come from? And then all of a sudden, it's like, all right, flipping out, man. Maybe he uses all the talent up in training, bro. But there was a small little phase of play with him and Firmino.
Oh, the one
playing the 1-2.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
cold,
brilliant, actually. Yeah.
Cold, man. Love that.
We can play football as a team. We just.
Do you know what makes me laugh? There's a moment, I'm not sure if you guys can remember, where Jota kind of like picked up the ball in our own half, and he was just kind of like just standing on it, and then he just went, "Oh, there's some space there," and then just ran through the middle of the.
Jota's really good at that, though. He does that dummy run to himself, don't he?
I'm hoping his injury is not serious.
Slowing it, and then he can go.
Yeah.
Hopefully his injury.
I think that's the only downside for today, isn't it? I think Jota's injury. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious.
Well, we're hoping it is just like a severe cramp because he looked like he's cramp legged up, and as we said, the physio over went on and pushed his foot like it was.
The ones who came on with the stretchers, they were proper doctors, innit? Because they had like the green outfits on and that. I swear that Liverpool were paying them. You see how slow they were walking on the pitch.
They weren't. To be fair, they weren't our doctors.
No.
We got them in from St. Helens, bro. We shipped them in, bro. They were taking so long.
But did you see the age of them? They were that slow for a reason. I mean,
man.
They're like 63.
I can't lie, bro. I actually like Guardiola, innit? I liked him as a footballer. I like him as a manager.
Yeah,
for some reason, when he's at Anfield, I love to see him rattled, bro. I find it hilarious, bro.
Pep hates Liverpool. I don't care.
You see how far Klopp ran down the line to the linesman when he got sent off. They showed on Sky Sport when they zoomed out of how far he ran, and I'm like flipping up.
Do you know the thing is? I think the thing is with Pep as well is like, obviously, don't get me wrong, he's one of the greatest managers of all time. But I think the one thing in his career that obviously I know he has one at Anfield, but obviously in front of no crowd. Yeah. The one thing that eludes him, I believe, in his career is obviously the win at Anfield in front of a crowd, and it's something like he could go through the whole entire season. They could obviously win the league, and I still think they're favourites to win the league, but like they'll go through the whole season, and someone will just turn around and say to them, "Yeah, but you lost to Liverpool again at Anfield." Like that just will haunt him, I believe, for his whole managerial career.
I don't think. Hang on, Savage, take it on that.
Yeah, no, I think there's some. I know I said this before, man, but there's something to be said of. You see how intricate Pep is about his football. Like, forget our love for Klopp, innit? He's an incredible manager, Pep. Like, his details in it. And Klopp's style of football, for what everyone sees, is basic, but we do it so good you usually can't stop it. And I can't imagine sitting there with like a chalkboard on my wall with all these different like pins and stuff of how we're gonna play against all these teams, and then you play against Klopp and you're like, how's he beat me again with basic stuff? Because I've done everything I can to beat this guy. He's not even the best person I come up against in terms of tactics. I saw it on his face when we won. That's when we won the league and we beat them 3-1. I saw it on his face. Then it was like their goals came from like their fullbacks and a cross and the header from Salah and then shot from Fabinho. We're doing all this intricate. We got KDB over here and the Foden moves into space and then he leaves the pitch and it's like 1-0. And I saw him when he slapped Klopp's hand today. He wasn't like before. Today it was like, I'm done with you, bro. I'm fed. Like he's so annoying, bro. He slapped him and just walked off. Normally he hasn't a word with him and that, but today he was like, nah, I'm done with you.
Yeah,
and
do you know this?
bro.
Liverpool should have done this today after the game. If anyone had anything about him in that stadium, they really should have played that "Stop Crying Your Eye Out" by Oasis just to mock them.
Someone needs to start doing that, you know.
Let's go.
I don't think the Scouts can bring himself to do it in Beatles.
No, let's go ultimate shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. just to add to Savage's point, and it's more of a question for everybody. Do you think Klopp tactically outdid Pep today? Because that first half, especially we spoke about occasions where Firmino picked up the ball and we really thought there was a pass on to attack. I think Liverpool played differently today in the sense that they just kept the ball. They kept it. They were very risk averse, but not in the sense of we always think usually that's a negative thing because we're a bit like, oh, come on, we need you to attack. I think Man City were expecting Liverpool to come out and go full throttle. And then when Liverpool do that, players get caught out of position. And when players are out of position, Robbo's up the pitch. Suddenly you find De Bruyne in that hole, and then you see the fullbacks high and wide and everyone starts getting all over the place. Never really happened today. And I think Man City their game plan might have been, you know what? Liverpool going to come out full throttle because they've been terrible this season. It's what I was bloody asking for yesterday, is throw the kitchen sink at it. I think Pep maybe have set up and said they're going to go full throttle, they're going to attack, they're going to play 4 forwards, right? But we'll beat them in the transition when they're at 6s and 7s, and we'll exploit them spaces. But the spaces were never there because we actually played in moments in our attack. We didn't just take every single opportunity where we felt we could break forward. And then in that first half, it was just so controlled. And to say that against a team like Man City means you're doing something exceptionally well.
That was definitely a plan. That was definitely a plan because when we were done the preview, if you look back the last 10 minutes, what I was talking about, I said that like we have to stop doing this gun-ho thing. We don't need to. Sometimes you can just keep the ball. And I said it might frustrate the fans, but they'll pick up after a bit. Like so, there was times when I'm like pass the ball forward, and it's like nah, I'll just pass it back to Virgil. And there was one stage when like Virgil and Alisson, they passed the ball to each other about 20 times, bro. I was like, bro, surely you're gonna get the ball forward, innit? And obviously I have confidence in them, but I still have like a heart rate.
Well, I think it was the Robertson chance, or like when Jota obviously just missed out. There was a passage where there was like, I think Alisson had it, then it was going to Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson. Then it was just continuously going around the back line. And obviously, us as Liverpool fans thinking, oh, for God's sake, come on, get it out of that sort of area of the pitch. But obviously, like you can see that Liverpool were trying to find a gap so like they could maybe get a ball into the wide areas or into the midfield. But I mean, obviously, in the end of it, Van Dijk picked the ball up and played that direct pass over to Harvey Elliott on the right hand side, and it was like. It was a real good patient build up, and Liverpool made some good runs off the ball when we got into those positions, and you could just see the ethic and the teamwork and the work rate throughout the whole game when we were attacking, defending. Transitions were just excellent. I think it was it probably in my opinion was even though we won 7-1 on Wednesday night, it was probably our best performance of the season by an absolute mile. It was
at miles our best performance, and as I keep saying, it was the best game of football I've seen this season as well from both sides. It was just tremendous entertainment. I keep saying that these two teams I know Liverpool have not been great this season where we are in the league, but for me, I still honestly do believe these are still the two best teams in this country on their day, and I think today showed it as well.
So you have a lot of the ball, don't they? So I think with what Luke said is right, and Cav,
totally right.
The reason why I knew it was a game plan because they're not used to they had a lot more of the ball. So when we had it, we tried to keep it for a long time. They're not used to anyone doing that against them. Because they always nab it back really fast. Guardiola way in it. Barcelona used to do it.
Session was quite close today.
And what happens is their discipline, it doesn't go out the window, but Rodri will step up. Then he'll step up to try and affect the game, and then Haaland starts running after the ball. Where Haaland all season, and it's a credit to him. He hasn't had to do that. He just finds the right spot. That's why he's never blowing. It's like when he comes off the pitch, he never looks tired because he runs at the right times. Today it's like, well, I can't. Then our team hasn't even got the ball, so I'm gonna have to press Virgil on that because otherwise I'm just gonna look lazy. Once Rodri stepped up every single time over that halfway line, the ball went over the top of his head, and now he has to. Now he's running back at his goal, and that's when we attacked him.
This is the first time this season I think we've actually laid traps in our attacking, because I think sometimes we've just been attacking the way we've been attacking. It's just like a bit one-dimensional in a way. But I think we laid traps at City today. That's what you're saying about keeping hold of the ball better. You know,
they played like us.
Yeah,
they played like us, but they're high line in the second half. That's why you kept running them.
We laid traps, and we just like, Mo, you stay in that position, Mo. Don't worry about coming. Mo didn't really come back much. No. We just said, like, you cheat, just cheat, stay up there.
He stayed very central, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think when we hit him on the break, like, he just played so central, right? To wait if Liverpool were transitioning possession, and obviously hit them on the break. I mean, guys, I'm going to shoot because obviously I've got my sort of episode coming up in the next 5 minutes or so. But I mean, the one thing I just wanted to bring up was, which I found hilarious. We were speaking about the possession and stuff. I think when we scored, I see something come up that within the last 10 minutes before we'd scored, or it was 10 minits after we'd scored, Liverpool had 9% possession of the ball.
9%, yeah.
And it was possession done when you football matches, unfortunately. But obviously, guys, have a good rest of the show. Thanks for letting me come on, Jamie.
No worries. There's a link to Luke and Ricky's channel, guys. Please go and help them get the 700 subscribers, guys. So go and give them a sub if you've not already. And they're going live quite shortly, and we're ending shortly. So it's a perfect opportunity for you lot to go over and check them out. No worries.
Cheers, lads.
See you later.
Perfect. Cheers, Luke.
Yeah, it was a great performance. I just want to mention one person, Alisson in goal. Yeah, he does stuff that don't get credited because it looks like he's done nothing. But my God, you know that shot from Gundogan early in the first half? That was very, very awkward because it bounced in front of him. Let's see ease Alisson took that.
He makes everything look easy.
He made what just happened look like nothing. You know, hard. I mean, that's a hard one to just keep in your hands and not bounce out, because it was like it moved quick and it bounced up and down in front of him, didn't it? And his way just takes it, and it's just like, and no one says anything about it. It's like he makes everything look easy. He's positioning him. He's positioning to that shot. That position for Haaland's shot as well. Yeah, that position for his Haaland's shot when he went down to his left. I mean, it's just it's Alisson's positioning what gets me. It's just phenomenal. And I don't think everyone talks about it enough. But yeah, he was great again today. They were all great. We're just fantastic. What we're going to do? I'm going to do a video tomorrow because I like watching the game back. I'm going to do a video again tomorrow with another reaction. We're going to do more We're going to do ratings and that tomorrow as well. And
makes sense, bro.
And then talk about the team going forward for the till the World Cup. I'm not going to say rest of the season. Till the World Cup, let's see what this team can do. We'll go look at the fixtures and that, and do player.
We're playing on Wednesday. Is that?
Yeah, playing Wednesday. We've got a game every midweek till the World Cup.
Is that an Amazon game?
It's I'm not sure. I know it's at Anfield. It's at Anfield, ain't it?
Yeah. You know when it normally gets to around this time of year, Amazon start throwing the games on.
Yeah. It's gotta be a good game, though. I know it's televised.
I'll have a look.
I know it is live. It's one of the games that are live, but yeah, this Liverpool can really kick on from now. Really can. Arsenal fans, you can thank us whenever you like.
Yeah. Fact.
What for making Man City even more angry? Watch how quick Man City make up them points on them now, bro.
I'm telling you, I'll put a bet on this morning that Arsenal win the Premier League.
Arsenal ain't even that good at this point of the season because the top of the table, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll put a bet on that. I think they're just in this weird. I keep saying it. Momentum in football is massive. Momentum.
Honestly, Arsenal fans are gonna learn what it's like being in a title race with Man City, because it's October. There, trust me, when that turn of the year comes, guys, if you're even in the race, trust me, you'll feel fucking drained.
Oh, totally. But we've got to give our man Quinn here a big. He was right.
We don't have to give him no credit. We don't have to give him no credit, bro. Because when he said it and you check Twitter, people saying the same thing.
I mean, he was the first one I heard it from, though, because we were live, weren't he? So he was the first one I heard it from.
You ain't get no credit from me, bro. You gotta do something talented to get credit off me.
I'll be nice and give him the credit.
Do you see Drake's bet that he put on for the games today? I mean, he lost, but he put Arsenal and Barcelona to win, and he put 500 grand on it.
The man's gonna run out of money soon.
Yeah, he would have got 2.5 million back if he won, but he didn't, so he lost it.
Run out of money.
Could have fed the homeless, but hey ho, it's his
Leeds
money.
missed a penalty today. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Bamford missed a penalty towards the end of the game, bro.
Is Bamford real? I didn't know he was a real person.
And then I think Gabriel got sent off, but then he got rescinded and then he stayed on the pitch. Don't ask me how this. Don't ask me, bro.
Okay. So VAR loving Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah, they had a power cut at the beginning of the game, didn't they? It started.
Is that why it didn't start? Oh, okay.
Had a power cut and they said that VAR and the communications weren't working because Hawkeye weren't working then. I seen mad stuff today. You see the Blues game? The Blues versus Hull.
Is this the goal's too big?
Before the game started, they had to saw 2 inches off the goal because it was too big.
What?
I've never seen this in football in my life, bro.
A goal frames come in one size.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. The goal was too big. They measured it before the game, and it was too big, and that's
the goalkeeper stand there and think, "Hang on, I can't hang off the crossbar." You know when the
geezer came with the measuring stick up to it, man. I was like, "What the hell's going on here, bro?" Football's gone crazy, honestly.
Oh man, but yeah, what a day of football! Much better than Saturday because that was a dead day of football. But this absolutely exceptional game of football, best in Europe, as I keep saying. Liverpool get their season back up and running. West Ham on Wednesday. No,
Virgil's still got that record.
Verge has still got the record. Never.
Maybe that's what he was playing for, but maybe that's why he played so good.
If Man City ain't scoring again, if Man City ain't beating us at Anfield, no one is.
You're right. That is the mentality to go into with every game.
Yeah.
That the best team, and I know it was 1-0, but we played so good. If the best team, we have to just carry on like that, man. And the rest of the team should be a bit worried.
That game should have finished. In theory, that game should have finished 3-0, and no one would have moaned.
Facts.
Yeah, because we had the clear cut chances.
Yeah.
The stats are a bit I've just checked the stats; they're a bit misleading. It says that Man City had 6 shots on target, but I think they were all pretty tame.
But they're p-rolling shots, ain't they?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll be back at 10 p.m. tonight, guys, on the other channel, guys.
No, yeah, I just realised I've actually got a meeting in 3 minutes, bro.
Right, got a meeting. Cav will be a little late because he's on Grizzly's show at 9 p.m, so he will be on the show tonight.
Not this shit again, bro. No, this can't stop, bro. No, you got to leave Grizzly's show at 9:55, bro. This can't happen, bro.
Rod will be there, John will be there, the usual crowd, guys. So make sure you're all tuned in.
He's gonna watch how long he takes because Liverpool won as well. He's gonna have more to talk about, bro. I'm not having this. I'll have to message Grizz, bro.
In the chat. All right, guys. Big up. Thank you very much.
Cheers, chat.
Peace out.
See you guys later.